Target Series back in action here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Pepsi 300 under the daytime sun. This should be a wild race here today for the Target Series. It's been wild in the past few seasons. Evan Hunter in the 01 car is the pole for today's race. Two's outside is the 07 of Roman Fenway. Then third, it's Danny Lloyd. Fourth is Riley Sprigley, bringing out the top five. Max Anderson in the 98. Two's outside. Sixth, it's Blake Petrus. Seventh place is Derek Hamill. In eighth, we have Mitchell Collins. Ninth place is Paul Taylor, and Jacob Davidson rounds up the top 10. The rest of the field is Jay Jefferson. Two's outside, Trey Rainey. Then behind them, Marcia Burrow and Luke Rainey. Then we have Jonathan Beeford and George Cooper. Behind them, Anton Charlebois and Sebastian Kukulon. Then we have Jennifer Beeford with Josephine O'Neill. Then Marcus Sachi and Jake Galloway. Then we have John Gambit and Michael Canto. Jeff Bright with Landon Lyons. Then there's Code Luigi's top five in points coming into this race. Anthony Hernandez, who's inside. Then we have Jim Gambit and Levi Shones. Behind them, Ryan Brommer with James DeCurligan. Then Greg Torres and Justin Heath. Behind them, Oliver Galloway. And second in points, Ryan Taylor starting back here. But our points are starting even further back, as Jason Larker and Eli Brecher on the next row, followed by Alexander Rowe and Mathis Wells. And then on the final row is our points leader, William Bolin, in the 81. So he's gotta have a long way to go if he wants to keep that points lead. Who's outside the 16, Van McDowell's had a very consistent season. So a lot of drivers up towards the front of the points, starting towards the back of the field. It'll be interesting to see if they can work their way up and miss any of the big crashes that may happen. So that's our 40 car field for the Pepsi 300. Let's get it started with our command.
Drivers, start your engine! Run!
That's perfect.
And our 42 car field rolling off the starting grid after that. Starting command, Evan Hunter and Roman Fenway will lead us to the green flag for the Pepsi 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's been a wild race in the past here in the Target Series. A few seasons ago, we saw wrecks where a lot of leaders were taken out. We saw a wreck which ended the race under the yellow flag with leaders being taken out, and Jake Galloway got his first Target Series victory because of that day. Will we see something like that here today? Will it be a calm race? Will it be a crazy race? 30 laps to find that out. Evan Hunter, Roman Fenway want to finish where they start, on the front row for the Pepsi 300. Pace car to pit road. Hunter will have control of this start once he gets to the restart zone as they enter the quad oval. We are green at the Charlotte Motor Speedway here for the Pepsi 300. To the start finish on Evan Hunter from the pole, pulls away to lead lap one. Max Harrison to the inside of Lloyd for a second, with Derek Hamill getting forced in the middle of a three wide. Paul Taylor in the 4-3, coming low with Jay Jefferson behind them as they go through 1 and 2. Hunter a little bit higher than the 98 Max Harrison, who's trying to get to his back bumper as they come down the back stretch. Big run for the 98 car to turn 3. He's in that draft right now as they're three wide behind Paul Taylor, Jay Jefferson, Luke Rand in the bottom lane. Middle lane, Derek Hamill, Daniel Lloyd up top, up against the wall, but does a great job getting in line there and keeping it nice down in the middle lane. 2 laps complete. Evan Hunter has led both laps so far from the pole. To turn 1, Anderson in the 98 going to get forced to the high side. Paul Taylor using that white line to his advantage. To the inside he goes down the back stretch. Taylor, if he has enough of a push from the 05 of Jay Jefferson, could try and battle for the race lead here in 3 and 4. But Jefferson gets forced up to the high side. Luke Rain, the 22, coming forward. A push from George Cooper as Paul Taylor for the lead through 3 and 4. Ooh, close there to his back bumper. Hunter's going to hold him off to lead that 3. Taylor, though, is there. That 4-3 car showing that he has the speed to contend with the 01 of Evan Hunter. To the inside, he's looking through 1 and 2. Just a little bit lower, about half a lane. Now using that bottom lane to try to get the run, but stays in line once again. That momentum broken. And the front 3 stay single file. It's Evan Hunter, Paul Taylor, Luke Rainey, 1, 2, 3 single file. 01 up the racetrack again. Paul Taylor this time with a better run. Through 3 and 4, he gets beneath them. Off corner number 4 to the start-finish line. Hunter leads lap 4, but has a car to his inside for the first time this race. Paul Taylor to the inside, gonna get by to turn 1. He inched ahead, now he's clear. Paul Taylor out front now in the Pepsi 300. Hunter in the 01 falling back in the outside, but luckily gets down front of the 22 of Luke Rainey, so that's not a 3-wide situation. Now George Cooper wants to take the race lead away, so Paul Taylor got to the race lead, the first driver to lead other than Evan Hunter today. He might not even lead a lap as George Cooper in the 38 is coming forward. They come off turn 4 to the start-finish line, close at the stripe, but give it to Paul Taylor to lead lap number 5. Got 5 laps down here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Cooper now moves to the inside to get by. Sebastian Kukulon, the 6th, barely missed out on a win at Richmond. He wants one here today. He's hungry for one. To the inside he goes down the backstretch. A push from Jonathan Buford in the 66 car. To turn 3, great run for Kukulon there to get beside George Cooper through 3 and 4. Off corner number 4, Kukulon going to clear the lead. 3 wide, a little bit further back there. Some contact, cars moving around. Trying to make sure they don't make contact with each other. Kukulon out front now gets forced to the middle lane as Jonathan Buford in the 66 comes to the bottom. The 66 now slides up as Roman Fenway gets to the bottom lane. Close there. Could have been a big crash, could have been 4 wide, but down the backstretch, the 07 backs out of that and allows Jonathan Buford to get his wits about him to try and go for the race lead. And Buford's going to clear through 3 and 4. Back there, they are 3 wide mid-pack. Jeff Bright in the middle with Marshall Burrow. Charles Bach at the outside wall, but kept it straight in the 32 car as Buford leads the lap. Now to the inside, Roman Fenway again challenging. Puts Buford 3 wide middle. Mitchell Collins, the 11, coming forward. That's the 99er, the 00, trying to tell if that's Heath or Davidson on the inside lane. I think it might be Davidson. It is in the 99 car. To turn 3, Roman Fenway. 3 wide to the point here at Charlotte. Mitchell Collins to 2nd. Kukulon into the outside wall, down to George Cooper. And around, they're going back there. Close contact. The 3 of Jeff Bright may have gotten to the 25 of Trey Rain. They saved their cars. Luckily, we didn't have a yellow flag there, but there could have been multiple different incidents there. Come off turn 4. The tires get a little bit worn. These drivers pushing it just a little bit harder. Make these drivers slap a little bit further, especially if they're 3 wide. Now Davidson in the 99 wants to get out front, get away from this madness happening behind. Has Joseph O'Neal in the 34 coming forward. And Davidson's teammate just needs to just a little bit further back in the inside lane as the car did go through the dirt there. I think it may have been Trey Rainey. It could have been Marshall Burrow as well. I don't think I saw the 89. It looked like it might have been a green car. So Burrow may have gone through the grass there, but kept his position. O'Neal in the 34 for the race lead down this backstretch as Marcus Sachi looking to her inside. Sachi going to take it 3 wide at the front of the field. Yeah, this could be disastrous. That 99 gets up too high and into the wall. Watch Jacob Davidson as they come off turn 4 into the wall. Down to O'Neal, who saves the car. Collins gets down to Heath, who gets down onto the apron, onto the flat, trying to control cylinder, wrecking behind them. The yellow flag will come out. Eli Price around, but there's no yellow yet. He is sideways with Anton Charles-Bois. Bolin, our points leader, along with Brommer and Jake Galloway, been slowed. No caution yet. We are still green flag as Eli has gotten it away. Slow on the apron. Canto's got to the race lead. Anthony Hernandez through to 2nd in the 1. Now looking for the lead. The smoke as they come off turn 4. But no yellow flag. A third of the race down, now more than that. Leading the race, Michael Canto. Hernandez to the inside of the 1 car. Canto back to 2nd. O'Neal on back. Cooper, and then it's spread out back to DeCurligan, Galloway, Oliver that is. And they got this pack back here who's trying to run them down. They couldn't in the draft, but they got drivers that are stragglers because they got stuck behind Eli Bright and spun out. Jake Galloway, William Boner, points leader, and Ryan Brommer. And then Anton Charles-Bois got a ton of damage along with Eli Bright. They are the cars that are slow. Eli might be out of the race. I don't see him on the racetrack, so I believe Eli Bright, he is a lap down. He might be on the pit road, though. So Anthony Hernandez in the 1 car leads a spread out field around the Charlotte Motor Speedway with 18 laps to go. A caution flag could happen at any moment, though, with that 2nd pack, how hard they're racing back there trying to get caught up. But the front few right now, single file, maybe trying to pull away from the rest of the field. But Canto's other plans, he wants to get to this race lead badly. So I'm looking low there in the 1, but couldn't get it done. 17 to go here at Charlotte. The Pepsi 300. It's been a wild race in the past. This one no different. We've had lead change after lead change. We had a few close accidents. We had an accident with the ADAV Eli Bright, which didn't bring out the caution flag, as I think a car of Oliver Galloway may have just gotten to the wall in the 10. That was Mitchell Collins. I couldn't really tell there. They both run very similar paint schemes. Once again, Canto with the look through 3 and 4. Finally gets to the inside of that 1 of Hernandez. Off corner number 4 to the start-finish line. Hernandez leads and has the help from the 12 of Marcus Sachi up top. Surprised Sachi went higher, 16 to go, but he stays clear right there. He's really not going with anyone. He's in the middle lane right there. They're 3 wide for 4th back there as Canto and Hernandez battle side by side for the lead. That's George Cooper, Jonathan Buford, and O'Neal who are 3 wide back there. Hopefully they get that sorted by the time we get to turn 3. Once again, still side by side for this top spot. No one giving an inch. No one with the advantage. They come through the quad oval. Halfway, 15 to go. The push on the top side. Hernandez gets clear. We have another car in the dirt. Oh, they wrecked. Jake Galloway's got around the 18. No yellow yet. Now the yellow will come out. Our first caution flag of the day. And it's a multi-car accident here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hernandez trying to lead them back. Canto in second, the 24. Here comes George Cooper, the bottom lane. Yellow will come out with 14 to go. Hernandez in the 1 will lead them back around. Canto will be second. George Cooper will be third. So our first caution flag of the day after the halfway mark, and it's for a spinning Jake Galloway, a winner of this race a couple seasons ago. He's torn up, and it looks like our points leader William Bolin did miss this accident, so he'll be caught back up 39th position, trying to gain a ton of points, as second in points Ryan Taylor is running right now 20th. So our race leader at the start-finish line, as we mentioned, is the 1 of Anthony Hernandez. He will be able to lead us back to the green flag as long as nothing happens to his car under this yellow flag, as long as they don't come down pit road as well, which I don't know if they will. They might have enough fuel, they might not. We'll just have to see what these crew chiefs and drivers think. Looks like they're showing signs of staying out on the racetrack. So they'll be the 1, the 24, and the 38, the 12, and the 70 as our top 5 on the restart. But we'll see what happened around the caution flag. But before we do that, we'll see what happened to Eli Brent in the 88, as he, remember, went around his day done early, but not because of a caution flag. This was actually a really big mess at the back of the pack. 3 wide William Bolin in the A1 up top. I believe he actually gets into the outside wall right here pretty hard, down into Eli, then gets down to Levi Schoen. The A1 actually sideways, gets saved by the 27, then the 88 comes up, gets into the 38 of Charles Bois, and then that didn't cause an accident because no car went completely around. See, the 88, when he finally gets the furthest point around where he is, he's not fully around, and there are no cars behind him on the racetrack, so they kept it green. Obviously, some pretty hard hits, though, and Bolin in our points leader, the 81, right there, completely sideways. Schoen saves him. How about that for Bolin? How about that for Eli Bright, though? Eli, 2 victories this season, the first 2 races of the season. Since then, it's been nothing but bad luck and poor performances at the 88 Eli Bright. Once again, bad luck, but he's caught in this at the back of the field. He wasn't running anywhere near the front, and he gets caught up in this. So Eli trying to dig himself out of a hole and makes an even bigger hole here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. In the point standings, if Eli cannot stay top 20, those 2 wins will be useless towards the championship. William Bolin doing a great job saving his car. I wouldn't be surprised if under the caution flag they maybe try and come down the pit road to get some tires and maybe repair some of that damage. So now with that in mind, we'll see what happened to the 18 of Jake Galloway as he gets wrecked here at the back of the field. Once again, another wreck, which really wasn't a wreck, but had multiple things happen to end up being a wreck. Just Neath is up top in the double zero, comes down, gets into Code Luigi. They get down to Adam McDowell. The 16 gets hit right there. Heath does a great job saving his car, sliding it through the grass. Then the 16 car of Adam McDowell coming up the racetrack. This is where Jake Galloway and the 18 comes in as they slow up in front. Galloway tries to go high. Schoens comes up. The 18 gets in the back of the 27. The 18 goes around. No yellow there, but then the yellow finally comes out as the 81 and the 49, the 2 cars back here coming through. They have to slow these cars down, but the caution flag comes out, and it's for another incident where multiple things happen. But if nothing happened with the 18, a yellow would not have come out for this. So everyone doing a great job trying to save their cars, trying to keep their cars going straight. Galloway runs into it, and the yellow flag will come out for the first time here today. It'll be with 14 laps to go. And we're going to restart with about 10 to go. It's Anthony Hernandez in the 1 car, leading us back to the caution flag, and he'll lead us to the green flag as well. Currently, Anthony Hernandez is 10 laps away from a Target Series victory at Charlotte. That's 10 whole laps, 15 miles. Only car out of this race is Eli Bright in the 88. Points leader William Bolin is right now 39th at the back of the field. We'll see if he can gain positions, because right now, second in points, Ryan Taylor is 20th. Anthony Hernandez also up there in points. He's leading the race. Michael Canto, same story there. And second up there in points. George Cooper, Marcus Sachi, James DeKrogan ran our top 5. Then Jacob Davidson, Jonathan Beeford, Mitchell Collins, Paul Taylor, Justin Neal are the top 10. 3 cars break on the restart. We're back racing. Hernandez, Canto, Cooper with a great restart. And the 12, Marcus Sachi, not a good start. Spun the tires big time there for the 12. George Cooper had such a great start. Jumped to the inside of Canto to grab the second position off turn 2. And down the backstretch of the race, side by side for a second minor race leader, Anthony Hernandez in the 1. To turn number 3, still side by side, Cooper with the advantage down low. Gonna clear Canto through 3 and 4, now the 12 Statue with the run in the draft. To the inside of Canto, he'll get for 3rd. Down the front stretch to the start-finish line. 9 laps of racing to go for Anthony Hernandez in the 1 car. And battling back behind. Battles all over this track, inside the top 5, inside the top 10, inside the top 20. Sachi in the 12, still trying to clear Canto, gets a great run off the top side, 2. Down the backstretch, still side by side, the 24, great run off the top to turn 3. The 12 is Sachi trying to slide, maybe take the 24's line away. 3 wide back there. That's our pulse here. Hunter to the outside wall. Pancakes both sides of that car. As he ran to the 6 of Sebastian Kukulon. He'll drop back but keeps it straight, and we don't have a yellow flag quite yet. 3 wide now for third. For the 66 lineup because Paul Taylor's looking to his inside. As for the late, Cooper's getting beneath the one of Anthony Hernandez. But can't stay down there. To turn 3. They still run nose to tail 1-2. Cooper using that bomb lane here. He's a little tight out front. Now through the 3 and 4. To the start finish line. 7 to go at Charlotte. They're side by side. Cooper to the bomb of Hernandez to turn 1. Hard racing at the front. Buford tried to defend that third position, but Paul Taylor was down there. Now George Cooper's going to clear the 1 for Hernandez, who's going to try and get in line in second. But the 1 fights back on the outside with a run. Yeah, big run on the outside for the 1 for Hernandez. Get up there. But Cooper, using that bomb lane through 3 for the 3 right back there. Up top, it's the 11, Mitchell Collins. He'll knock the wall down. Get into Trey Ray and O'Neal, who saved their cars. Will they keep them going straight? They will. Once again, great save by these shirts. Keep it straight with 6 to go. Now Paul Taylor for the lead 3 wide. He slides up. Look at the temp. Oliver Gowen looking 4 wide. It's just going to work out. Contact. Their leaders are around. The leaders in front of the field. Wrecking the 1, the 43, the 28 into the inside wall. The 12 is Sachi as well. The 21 off the ground. They're wrecking up ahead with Trey Ray and the others. And the yellow flag will come out. Jones on top of the wall. Points leader involved. Second in points as well. The yellow flag with 5 to go. It's going to be a 1 to go restart. Oliver Galloway, Michael Canto, Roman Fenway, Joseph O'Neal, Blake Petrus, Mitchell Collins, Jonathan Buford, Sebastian Kukulon, James DeCurligan, Cole Luigi get away for a top 10, Luke Rainey, Greg Torres, Max Anderson, some others also got away, but most of the field involved as our race leaders go 4 wide, and it's a demolition derby crash fest on the backstretch to bring out the caution flag, which is going to set up a 1-lap shootout here in the Pepsi 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So as Oliver Galloway leads in the 10, we'll see what happened on that 4-wide incident. One of the dominant cars of the day, the 1 of Anthony Hernandez, all torn up. He's just going to try and finish the race at this point. It's a 4-wide move. We've seen this so many times late in these races. This is how so many drivers have won under the yellow flag. A 4-wide move at the front, and it happens once again with Paul Taylor. In the middle lane, the 10 Oliver Galloway gets to his inside. Taylor slides up into Cooper, into Anthony Hernandez. They pinch together, the 43 and the 30. Right there, they all go around. The 1, the 66 gets some damage right there. Again to Riley Spurley team, and the 20 who's going low. Trey Rain gets knocked around in the 25. He spins up into the pack and causes an even bigger wreck with Ryan Taylor. Sachi nails the inside wall. There's Danny Lloyd getting lifted up off the ground by the 60 of Landon Lyons. Ryan Brommer and Levi Schoentz come into it. Jay Jefferson. And it's a multi-part wreck here on the backstretch. And takes out half the field, including 3 of our front 4. The 1, the 38, and the 43. They're running 1, 2, and 4 at the moment of this spin. And now I think if you're front 3 on this restart, you're going to have the shot at this race victory. I don't think anyone behind these drivers who are 1, 2, 3 at this restart are going to have a shot. Right there, the contact into the wall. They come down this inside wall where it juts out. Spurley barely missed it, but Sachi gets it hard. Then Lloyd gets lifted up to the ground. And you see right there, Trey Rainey came up and got Ryan Taylor. So he was trying to control his car. And that's how Rainey and Taylor wrecked turn 3 and 4. That caused a separate incident with more cars getting lifted up off the ground, including points there, William Bullen getting involved. Second points, Ryan Taylor getting involved. How about Cole Luigi slowing down? He misses it. Luke Rainey. There's Schoentz up on the wall. There's Bullen. And McDowell. A lot of cars involved in this melee as they went down the backstretch. Ryan Taylor in the 23 and onboard camera. Second in points, making his way forward through the field. But who would have thought the leaders were wrecked right in front of the whole field? They have 41 cars. Taylor had it missed, and then Trey Rainey was coming up trying to control his car. Right there, barely missed Cole Luigi, and Luke Rainey did a great job getting by in the bottom lane. There's Schoentz on the wall, and McDowell slowing to a stop. We'll go aboard that 16 cars. I believe he may have avoided major damage. He might have minimal damage, if that even. He's kind of run back here. Bullen in the A1 right in front of him. Points there. He got involved. He got some damage. Schoentz up off the ground. There's Bullen with his contact. The 16 right there, a little bit into the back of the A1. Otherwise, great job by McDowell getting it slowed down, getting it by. Those could be some good points for that 16. Now let's go on board the 81 of William Bullen, points leader involved in this big crash. right there. Into the back of that 00. Luckily, it's not too bad damage. He should be able to finish this race out. Try and just maintain pace. And then Evan Hunter, our pole sitter for this race, running mid-pack involved. We also have one final onboard camera with the 33 of Code Luigi, who narrowly avoids this crash, and he has a chance to finish top 10 if the restart goes all right for him. He got back to line 10th, and he had to slow down majorly to get back in 10th, as they wrecked all in front of him. Look at that! Turning it to the left, making sure it doesn't spin out, making sure it doesn't get hit. Great job by Code Luigi avoiding that crash. But up at the front, Oliver Galloway in the 10, our race leader. It'll be a one-lap shootout here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Oliver Galloway leading the race. We're going back green this time. 1 lap to go, 1.5 miles to determine a winner of the Pepsi 300 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. From that crash out is Jake Galloway, along with Levi Shones, Ryan Brommer, Landon Lyons, Jennifer Buford, Jeff Bright, George Cooper, Jay Jefferson, Danny Lloyd, and Justin Heath. Trey Rain lap down 31st. And obviously no cars are going to be an issue in terms of slowness, because obviously only 1 lap to go. So Oliver Galloway leading this race. Can he hold on for this final restart to get a victory here at Charlotte? Michael Canto wants to get to the points lead. He's so close to the points lead. Second right now. In third, we have Roman Fenway, Josephine O'Neill up to fourth, and Blake Petrus up to fifth. Then Mitchell Collins in sixth. Jonathan Buford 7th, Sebastian Kukulon 8th, James DeCurligan 9th, Code Luigi rounds our top 10 about Luke Rainey 11th, Greg Torres, Max Anderson, Mathis Wells, Derek Hamill. I think if you're not inside the top 3, you will not have a shot at this race victory, but every position is up for grabs on this restart. Here we go. Final restart. 1 lap to go at Charlotte. The pace car to pit road. Can Oliver Galloway hold off Michael Canto and Roman Fenway? Can someone find a way around? We're back racing at Charlotte. The white flag as well. Last lap. Canto with a great restart. Fenway spun the tires. It's going to be mano a mano between the 24 and the 10. Who's going to have enough to get to victory lane here at Charlotte? Oliver Galloway and Michael Canto through 1 and 2. Canto trying to use the draft. He's drafting up onto the 10. Can he make a move down the backstretch? Can he hang a left? He's looking low. Down the backstretch. They're side by side for the lead. Through 3 and 4. Who's going to have the advantage? Canto down low, Oliver Galloway up top. Michael Canto, last lap pass off turn 4. It's going to get to victory lane. The Pepsi 300 goes to Michael Canto. How about that? That 24 used the draft perfectly. Didn't get too good of a restart. Laid back just a little bit. Michael Canto winning the Pepsi 300 on a last lap pass over Oliver Galloway. Michael Canto's second victory of the season puts him in great chase position for this season. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results of the Pepsi 300 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 3 caution flags for 8 laps. There's only 2, but one came out after the checkered flag. And 11 lead changes, 11 different drivers led laps. Michael Canto out front on the last lap to get to victory lane in the Pepsi 300. Oliver Galloway ends up second in the 10 car, leading on that final restart. You think he probably had the best odds there, but through 3 and 4, that 24, too big of a run. Canto gets by. Oliver Galloway has to deal with a second place finish. Roman Fenway ends up third in this race. Blake Petrus, Josephine O'Neill round our top 5. Then Jonathan Buford, Mitchell Collins, Sebastian Kukulon, James DeCurrigan, and Luke Rainey round our top 10. Look at the top 20. Code Luigi, a big name outside of the top 10, ends up 11th. He was 10th on the final restart, so he just fell a position there, but he's one of them up towards the front in the points. He did close in a little bit on points there. William Bullen, who does keep the points lead. Michael Canto moves up to second with this victory. Look down here at some other. And McDowell from 42nd, being involved in multiple incidents. I'm sure he'll take a 17th and run with it on the day he had. Look down here. Anthony Hernandez, the dominant car of the day. 12 with 30 laps led. The best car, wrecked in a 4-wide incident, battling for the race lead. Will finish 21st. Behind him in 22nd, William Bullen extends the points actually over Ryan Taylor, who ends up 24th, but Bullen loses a ton of points to Canto, to Code Luigi, to drivers like that. 28 cars finished on the lead. That Paul Taylor, Jason Larker, Trey Rainey, all lapped down the end, and 32nd on down, involved in crashes, whether it be the crash with Eli Bright or the big one where multiple cars were taken out as our leaders crashed. Let's now go look at the point standings. Here are the point standings after a wacky Charlotte race. William Bullen in the 81 keeps the points lead by 45 points over 3-time winner this season, Michael Canto in the 24. just absolutely coming alive as of late. Chicagoland he won, Richmond, and now here today at the, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ryan Taylor falls to third, Max Harrison fourth, and Code Luigi rounds out our top five. Then Van McDowell sixth, Blake Petrus, Luke Rainey, Greg Torres, and Sebastian Kukulan round out the top 10 in the points. As you look, our two wildcards, Jonathan Biefer in 12th and George Cooper in 14th. You see a driver missing who has multiple wins this season, Eli Brighton in 88th. That's because he has had such a tough time since his two victories, his first two races of the season, where he's fallen below the top 20 points. He's down to 25th in the point standings. His two victories, he needs to be top 20 points to use those two victories as wild card positions. Because if he's even 20th in points, those two wins will be good enough, because chances are a multi-time winner is not going to be below the top 10 in points. So Eli Bright, those two wins give him a good shot. The wild card, he just has to be up there to use them. And Jake Gowen 38th, that wild card chance for him is just fading every race where he's had such terrible luck. 5 DNFs this season, 3 top 10s. It's been feast or famine for that 18 team. So can Michael Canto continue his hot streak? Can someone try and stop him? Can Bolin keep the points there next race, which will be held at Pocono for the Pocono 250? I'll see you guys then.